3 in the morning. The phone screen glowed in the dark. Nadine read the message again, hands shaking. Your husband owes us $47. You have 48 hours. We know where your children go to school. She sat on the kitchen floor. The linoleum was cold. Her shift uniform still smelled like cleaning chemicals. 22 hours awake. Her body hurt everywhere. The bedroom door stood open. Empty bed. Derek hadn't come home. She called him. Straight to voicemail. She called again. Voicemail. Third time. Same thing. Her banking app. She opened it. Negative $847. Yesterday she'd deposited $293. Gone. She checked transactions. ATM withdrawal. Casino Boulevard. 11:47 p.m. last night. While she was making $9 an hour watching an empty office building, her husband was taking her paycheck to a casino. She pulled up the credit card accounts. 3 cards she didn't recognize. All in her name. All maxed out. Capital One $18 429. Chase $22 187. Discover $15 733. Total $56 349. Her chest locked up. She couldn't breathe. The kitchen spun. Her phone rang. Unknown number. She answered. Mrs. Williams, yes. This is collections for Midwest Lending. You're 60 days past due on your personal loan. When can we expect payment? What loan account ending in 4739? $23 Co-signed by you and Derek Williams. I never signed anything. Ma'am, we have your signature on file. That's impossible. Are you refusing to pay? I'm saying I don't know what you're talking about. We'll be forwarding this to our legal department. Have a good night. Click. Nadine stared at the phone. $23 more. That made $79 349 total. She stood up, walked to the bedroom, opened Derek's closet. Empty hangers. His work clothes were gone. His shoes. His cologne. He'd packed. He knew this was coming. Before I keep going, I need you to understand something. This isn't just my story. Right now someone in your city is living this exact nightmare. Someone's husband is lying. Someone's working 3 jobs while their partner destroys everything. So subscribe right now and comment what city you're watching from. Let me know this message is traveling. Let me know I'm not invisible anymore. 4 a.m. Nadine called Derek's mother. Hello, Patricia's voice rough with sleep. It's Nadine. Where is he? Silence. Mrs. Patricia, please. Someone threatened my kids. What kind of threat? The kind that knows where they go to school. A long breath on the other end. That boy. I told him this would happen. You know about the gambling? Know about it. His daddy gambled himself into the grave. Derek swore he'd never touch a card. I should have known better. Where is he? Last I heard some motel off 94. Hideaway or something. Thank you. Nadine, leave him. I know he's my son, but leave him. The call ended. Nadine texted Rosa. Emergency. Can you watch the kids? Response came immediately. Bring them now. She woke Marcus. 15 tall, looked just like his father. Get up. We're going to Miss Rose's. Why, it's 4 in the morning. Just get your sister. Now. Zara appeared in the doorway, 11 years old, already awake. Is Daddy okay? Get dressed. 20 minutes later, Rosa opened her door. Still in her housekeeping uniform from the night shift. What happened? I can't explain now. Can they stay here? Of course. As long as you need. Marcus grabbed Nadine's arm. Mom, what's going on? I have to go talk to your father. About what? About the truth. She drove to the Hideaway Inn. The sun was starting to rise. The motel sign blinked on and off, half the letters burned out. Derek's car sat in the parking lot. She recognized the dent in the bumper. Room 127. She knocked. No answer. She knocked harder. The door opened. Derek stood there, shirtless, eyes red. He smelled like alcohol and cigarettes. Nadine, how did you? She pushed past him. The room was disgusting. Pizza boxes stacked on the dresser. Beer cans everywhere. And on the nightstand, casino chips. Stacks of them. How much did you lose last night? What are you talking about? I checked the account. You withdrew my entire paycheck. I needed it. For what? This? She grabbed a handful of casino chips and threw them at him. They scattered across the floor. Don't come in here acting crazy. Crazy, I got a text message at 3 a.m. saying you owe $47,000 and they know where our children go to school. His face changed. The color drained out. You knew, she said. You knew they were threatening us. I was going to fix it. How? By gambling more. I had a system. I just needed one more night. One more night, Derek. I also got a call from a collections agency about a $23,000 loan in my name that I never signed for. He sat down on the bed, put his head in his hands. How much? She said. Total. How much do you owe? I don't know exactly. Yes, you do. Maybe 70. Maybe more. $70,000. I thought I could win it back. She laughed. Actually laughed. Win it back? You don't win at gambling. The house always wins. You know who told me that? Your mother. When I called her at 4 a.m. looking for you. You called my mother. I called everyone. I checked every account. I know about the 3 credit cards. I know about the loan. I know you forged my signature. He stood up. I had to. You wouldn't have agreed. You're right. I wouldn't have agreed to you destroying our lives. Our lives? You mean your life. You and those kids. It's always about you. I work 3 jobs, Derek. 3. I haven't had a full night's sleep in 6 years. I eat 1 meal a day so the kids can have seconds. What do you do? I'm looking for work. No. You're looking for casinos. There's a difference. He moved toward her. She stepped back. Don't, she said. I'm not going to hurt you. You already did. You've been hurting us for years. I just didn't want to see it. Her phone buzzed. Text from unknown number. She looked at it. Final warning. 48 hours. We're not playing. She showed Derek the screen. This is what you did. These people know where Marcus and Zara go to school. They're just trying to scare us. Well, it worked. I'm terrified. For our children. Because of you. I'll talk to them. I'll work it out. With what money? We're negative 800 in checking. The credit cards are maxed. We have nothing. I'll get a job. It's too late for that. What do you mean? She looked at him. This man she'd married 12 years ago. This stranger. I want a divorce. The words came out steady. Clear. Final. Derek laughed. A divorce? You can't divorce me. Watch me. Your visa is tied to me. You leave, you get deported. Then I get deported. And the kids, they're American citizens. They stay here. You think they're going back to Jamaica with you? That hit. She felt it in her stomach. But she didn't let him see. I'd rather be deported than stay married to you. You're not thinking straight. You're emotional. I'm finally thinking clearly. For the first time in 12 years. She turned to leave. Wait. Nadine, please. We can fix this. No. We can't. Because there is no we. There never was. You brought me here to clean up your messes. To work while you played. I'm done cleaning. If you leave, you'll have nothing. She stopped at the door. Looked back. I already have nothing. You made sure of that. She left. Got in her car. Her hands shook so hard she could barely hold the steering wheel. But she drove. Back at Rosa's apartment, Ao was there too. They sat around the kitchen table. Coffee cups. Worried faces. What happened? Rosa asked. I told him I want a divorce. Ao leaned forward. What did he say? He said I'll get deported. He's trying to scare you, Ao said. That's what they do. My husband said the same thing. But he's right. My visa depends on the marriage. Rosa shook her head. There are protections. For women like us. What kind of protections? Vawa, Ao said. Violence Against Women Act. Financial abuse counts. My cousin is a lawyer. She helped someone in the same situation. I can't afford a lawyer. There are free legal clinics. For immigrants. Nadine's phone rang. Unknown number again. She answered. Mrs. Williams, yes. This is First National Bank. We're calling about your mortgage. You're 5 months behind. We're beginning foreclosure proceedings. Foreclosure, you have 30 days to bring the account current or vacate the property. How much do we owe? $17,847 in back payments. I don't have that. Then you need to make arrangements to move. You'll receive formal notice by mail. Click. Rosa grabbed her hand. What was that? We're losing the house. Oh my God. I didn't even know we were behind. He said he was paying the mortgage. Ao stood up. That's it. We're calling my cousin right now. This is fraud. All of it. It's 6 in the morning. She starts work at 7. She'll answer. Ao pulled out her phone. Dialed. Waited. Carmen, it's Ao. I have someone who needs help. Emergency situation. She handed the phone to Nadine. A woman's voice, warm but professional. Hello, hi. My husband has been forging my signature. Taking out loans and credit cards in my name. I just found out. How much debt are we talking about? Close to 80,000. Maybe more. I don't even know everything yet. And you're an immigrant, yes? From Jamaica. I'm here on a spousal visa. Okay. Listen carefully. Do not sign anything else. Do not pay any of these debts yet. And document everything. Bank statements, text messages, anything that shows he did this without your knowledge. He's saying if I divorce him I'll be deported. He's using your immigration status to control you. That's abuse. We can file for VAWA, which gives you independent status. But you need evidence. What kind of evidence? Financial records. Proof of forgery. Witness statements. Can you gather that I think so? Good. Come to my office Monday morning. 9 a.m. I'll take your case. I don't have money for a lawyer. I do some work pro bono. We'll figure it out. Just get here Monday. The call ended. Nadine sat there, phone in her hand. Rosa touched her shoulder. See, you're not alone. I don't even know where to start. You start by protecting yourself, Ao said. Change your passwords. Get a new bank account he doesn't know about. Have your paycheck go there. He'll notice. Let him notice. What's he going to do? He's the one who's been stealing from you. Marcus appeared in the doorway. Mom, what's happening? Why are we here? Nadine looked at her son. 15 years old. Old enough to understand. Old enough to be lied to his whole life. Your father has a gambling problem. He's been lying to us about money. We're going to have to move. Move where? I don't know yet. Is he coming with us? No, baby. He's not. Marcus nodded slowly. Good. I'm tired of hearing you cry at night thinking we don't hear. Zara came out too, rubbing her eyes. Are we going back to Jamaica? I don't know. Will we have to leave Daddy? Nadine pulled her daughter close. Sometimes leaving is the only way to survive. Her phone buzzed again. Another unknown number. She almost didn't answer. But something made her. Hello, Mrs. Nadine Williams. Yes. This is Officer Chen with Immigration and Customs Enforcement. We need to schedule an interview regarding your visa status. Are you available next week? Her blood went cold. Why, what's wrong with my status? We received a report that your marriage may not be legitimate. We need to verify certain information. Who reported it? I can't disclose that. Can you come in Tuesday at 10 a.m.? Yes. Bring your marriage certificate, tax returns, and any joint documents. Also your passport. Okay. The officer hung up. Nadine stared at the phone. Rosa's eyes went wide. What was that? ICE. They want to interview me. Someone told them my marriage isn't real. Who would do that? But Nadine already knew. Derek would. To punish her. To control her. To make sure she couldn't leave. Ao grabbed her arm. Listen to me. This is what abusers do. They escalate when you try to leave. But you have rights. You call Carmen right now. Tell her about this. It's Saturday morning. I don't care. This is an emergency. Nadine's hands were shaking so badly she could barely hold the phone. Rosa took it from her, dialed the lawyer's number, put it on speaker. Carmen Flores. Ms. Flores, this is Nadine Williams. We just spoke. ICE called. They want to interview me. They said someone reported that my marriage isn't legitimate. Silence on the other end. Then when's the interview? Tuesday. 10 a.m. Okay. Don't panic. This is actually good. How is this good? Because it shows his pattern of abuse. Using immigration threats to control you. That strengthens your VAWA case. But you need to file on Monday. Before that interview. Can we do that? We have to. Come to my office 8 a.m. Monday. Bring everything you have. We're going to war. The call ended. Nadine looked at Rosa and Ao. These women she'd cleaned hotel rooms beside for years. These women who'd become her only family. I can't do this, she whispered. Yes, you can, Rosa said. I'm going to lose my kids. I'm going to lose everything. You're going to lose everything if you don't fight back, Ao said. Trust me. I know. Nadine's phone buzzed one more time. Text from Derek. I'm sorry. Please don't do this. I'll change. I promise. Think about the kids. She read it. Then she typed back. You should have thought about them before you gambled away their future. Send. She blocked his number. Marcus was watching from the doorway. Mom, are you okay? She looked at her son. Her daughter. These beautiful children who deserved better than this. No, baby. I'm not okay. But I will be. Outside the sun was fully up. Saturday morning. In 48 hours the people Derek owed money to would come looking for payment. In 72 hours she had an ICE interview that could get her deported. In 30 days the bank would take her house. But right now in this moment sitting in Rosa's kitchen with women who understood, Nadine felt something she hadn't felt in 12 years. She felt like fighting back. Rosa handed Nadine a notepad and pen. Write down every account you know about. Every password. Every piece of mail that came to the house. Nadine's hand moved across the paper. Bank accounts. Credit cards. The mortgage company. Her mind felt sharper, now clearer. Anger did that. It burned away the fog. The electric bill, she said suddenly. He told me it was paid automatically. But the lights were off last night when I got home. Ao pulled out her laptop. What's your electric company, ComEd? Log in. Check the account. Nadine typed in the information. The screen loaded. Past due balance $1.847. Service disconnection scheduled for Monday. He hasn't paid it in 4 months, she said. Rosa looked over her shoulder. What about water, gas? Nadine checked those too. Water 3 months behind. Gas shut-off notice pending. He stopped paying everything, Ao said. Where was the money going? The casino. Nadine's voice came out flat. All of it. Every bill payment, every grocery budget, everything went to gambling. Marcus came back into the kitchen. Mom, Zara's asking when we can go home. Tell her soon. When soon? Nadine looked at her son. Baby, we might not be going back to that house. Why not? Because we can't afford it anymore. His face changed. Because of Dad, yes. I hate him. Don't say that. Why not? It's true. He ruined everything. Nadine stood up, pulled Marcus into a hug. He resisted at first, then collapsed into her. 15 years old and crying like he was 5 again. I know you're angry. I'm angry too. But hate takes too much energy. We need that energy to survive. Her phone rang. Not unknown this time. A number she recognized. The hotel where she worked. Hello Nadine, it's Margaret. Her supervisor. White woman, early 50s, always smelled like stale coffee. Hi Margaret. You were supposed to be here for your shift 20 minutes ago. Nadine's stomach dropped. What time is it? 7:30. Your shift started at 7. She'd completely forgotten. I'm so sorry. I had a family emergency. That's what you said last month when you called in. This is different. This is serious. Nadine, we've talked about reliability. The hotel can't function if staff don't show up. I understand. Can I come in now? I can be there in 30 minutes. Don't bother. I'm giving your shift to someone else. Please. I need this job. You should have thought about that before you decided not to show up. I didn't decide anything. My husband. She stopped. Why was she explaining? I'll be there tomorrow. On time. We'll see. Margaret hung up. Nadine set the phone down. Rosa touched her arm. What happened? I might have just lost my job. They can't fire you for one missed shift. They can if they want to. I'm not union. I'm nothing. Ao stood up. Then you call back and you tell them about the emergency. You document it. You protect yourself. I'm too tired to protect myself. Then rest. You've been up all night. But Nadine couldn't rest. She had 47 hours until Derek's debt came due. She had 2 days to gather evidence for the lawyer. She had to figure out where her children would sleep if they lost the house. She pulled out her phone and opened her email. Hundreds of unread messages. Most were spam, but some were from debt collectors. She'd been ignoring them for weeks, assuming Derek was handling it. One email from a law firm. Subject line: final notice before legal action. She opened it. Dear Mrs. Williams, you are in default on your personal loan agreement dated March 15, 2023. Total amount owed $31,450. If payment is not received within 10 business days, we will proceed with wage garnishment and possible asset seizure. March 15, 2023. That was 8 months ago. Derek had taken out a $30,000 loan 8 months ago and she'd had no idea. Another email. From a different law firm. Another loan. $19 December 2022. Another $12 July 2022. She scrolled back further. Loans going back 3 years. Small ones at first. $2 $5 then bigger. $15 $23 $31. He'd been doing this for years. Forging her signature over and over, taking money from anyone who'd give it to him. The total debt wasn't $80,000. It was closer to $130,000. Oh God. The words came out broken. Rosa grabbed the phone from her hands. Read the emails. Her face went pale. Nadine. This is criminal. I know. No, I mean he could go to jail for this. This is fraud. Multiple counts. Good. Let him go to jail. Ao leaned in. Save all of these. Forward them to yourself at a different email address. One he doesn't know about. Nadine created a new Gmail account right there. Forwarded every debt collection email. Every loan notice. Every threatening letter. Then she went through her text messages. Found every conversation with Derek about money. Saved those too. Her phone buzzed. Text from Derek from a different number. Please answer me. We need to talk. She blocked that number too. Another text, another number. I'm begging you. Don't do this. I'll fix everything. Block. Another. You're destroying our family. Block. Rosa watched her. How many phones does he have? I don't know. But he's not going to stop. Then you need to get a restraining order. I can't do that before Monday. Yes, you can. Emergency order. We can go to the courthouse right now. Nadine looked at the clock. 8:15. Courts don't open until 9. Then we wait an hour. Marcus came back. Mom, Zara's scared. She keeps asking if we're going to be homeless. Nadine closed her eyes. Tell her we're not. Are you lying? I don't know, baby. I honestly don't know. At 9 a.m. Rosa drove Nadine to the county courthouse. They stood in line at the clerk's office. 20 people ahead of them. Mostly women. Mostly brown and black women. All holding the same paperwork. Orders of protection. The woman in front of them had a black eye. The one behind them held a toddler who wouldn't stop crying. This was the line of broken marriages. Of dangerous men. Of women trying to survive. When Nadine finally got to the window, the clerk barely looked up. Name: Nadine Williams. Who are you filing against? My husband. Derek Williams. Reason: financial abuse. Threats. He's putting my children in danger. The clerk handed her a form. Fill this out. Be specific. Judge won't approve it if you're vague. Nadine took the form to a bench in the hallway. Her hand shook as she wrote. Derek Williams has forged my signature on multiple loans totaling over $130. He has threatened to report me to immigration if I leave him. He has put my children at risk by borrowing money from dangerous people who have threatened our family. I am afraid for my safety and the safety of my children. She brought the form back. The clerk read it quickly. You have proof of the forgery. I have emails. Bank statements. Bring those to your hearing. You're scheduled for Tuesday at 2 p.m. I have an ICE interview Tuesday at 10. The clerk looked at her for the first time. Actually looked at her. He reported you? I think so. Then you better hope the judge grants this order on the first hearing. Because if ICE thinks you're in a fraudulent marriage, they won't care about abuse. What do I do? Get a good lawyer. A really good lawyer. Nadine walked out of the courthouse. Rosa was waiting by the car. What did they say? I have a hearing Tuesday. Same day as my ICE interview. How are you supposed to be in 2 places at once? I don't know. They drove back to Rosa's apartment. On the way, Nadine's phone rang. The restaurant where she worked mornings. Hello Nadine, this is Tom. The owner. Always yelling, always stressed. Hi Tom. You didn't show up for your shift this morning. I had an emergency. That's what Margaret said when she called asking if you were here. Wait, Margaret called you? Yeah. Wanted to know if maybe you'd mixed up your schedules. I told her you weren't on the schedule here today. Because my shift was tomorrow. Was her throat tightened? What do you mean? I mean I got 3 people who want your hours. You're reliable most of the time, but I can't have people just not showing up. I had a family emergency. My husband. I don't need your personal life, Nadine. I need someone who shows up. Please. I need this job. Come in tomorrow. We'll talk. He hung up. 2 jobs in jeopardy in one morning. That left the night security position. And if she lost that one, she'd have nothing. Back at Rosa's, Nadine tried to sleep. Her body was screaming for rest. But every time she closed her eyes, she saw numbers. Debt totals. Bills past due. Days until eviction. She gave up at noon and went back to the living room. Marcus and Zara were watching TV. Some cartoon Zara was too old for but still loved. Mom, when are we going home? Zara asked. Soon, baby. What about my school clothes? I need my uniform for Monday. Monday. 2 days away. Nadine had completely forgotten about school. We'll go get your things later. Can we see Daddy number? Why not? Because Daddy made some bad choices and we need space from him right now. Is he going to jail? Marcus turned off the TV. Zara, stop asking questions. I'm just wondering. Well, stop wondering. You're not the boss of me. Guys, please. Nadine's head pounded. No fighting. I'm not fighting. He's being mean. I'm being mean. You're the one who. Enough. Nadine's voice came out sharper than she meant. Both of you. Enough. Silence. Zara's eyes filled with tears. I just want things to be normal. Nadine pulled her daughter close. I know, baby. Me too. At 2 p.m. Nadine's phone rang again. Another unknown number. She almost didn't answer. But something made her. Hello, is this Nadine Williams? Yes. This is Detective Morrison with Chicago PD. I'm calling about a fraud case. Do you have a few minutes? Her heart stopped. Am I in trouble? No, ma'am. But your name has come up in an investigation. Can you tell me about your relationship with Derek Williams? He's my husband. Why? We've been tracking a gambling ring operating out of several casinos in the area. Your husband's name appeared on some financial documents. Large sums of money changing hands. He gambles. I just found out how much. How much are we talking? Over 100,000 in debt. Maybe more. He's been forging my signature on loans. Silence on the other end. Then do you have proof of that? Yes. Emails. Bank statements. The signatures don't match mine. I'm going to need copies of those documents. Can you bring them to the station? When? As soon as possible. Today if you can. I can't today. I have a lot going on. This is important, Mrs. Williams. If your husband is involved in this ring, you could be implicated too. I didn't do anything. That's what we need to determine. Come in Monday morning. 8 a.m. Ask for me at the front desk. I have a lawyer appointment Monday at 8. Then come after. This can't wait. The call ended. Nadine sat there, phone in her lap. Rosa came in from the bedroom. Who was that? Police. They're investigating Derek for fraud. That's good, right? That means they believe you. Or it means they think I'm part of it. You're not. But how do I prove that my name is on everything? The loans, the credit cards, all of it. What if they think I knew? You have the lawyer Monday. She'll help. The lawyer, the police, the ICE interview, the court hearing for the restraining order. How am I supposed to do all of this in 3 days? Rosa sat down next to her. One thing at a time. That's all you can do. But there was no time. The debt collectors wanted their money in 47 hours. The foreclosure process had started. ICE wanted to question her visa status. The police thought she might be a criminal. And Derek was out there somewhere, making this worse with every move he made. At 4 p.m. Nadine drove to the house. Her house. The place she'd lived for 8 years, raising her children, working herself to exhaustion trying to keep it. The front door was unlocked. She pushed it open. The house had been ransacked. Drawers pulled out. Closets emptied. Furniture moved. Someone had been looking for something. She walked through each room. The TV was still there. The computers. Nothing stolen. Just searched. In the bedroom, the mattress was flipped off the bed frame. Derek's closet completely empty now. In the bathroom, the medicine cabinet hung open. Every bottle gone. Then she saw it. On the bedroom wall, written in black marker. Last warning. Tuesday night. $50 or your family pays. They'd raised the amount. And moved up the deadline. Nadine pulled out her phone, took pictures. Then she called 911. 911, what's your emergency? Someone broke into my house. Are they still there? I don't think so. Are you safe? I don't know. The operator dispatched police. 2 officers arrived 15 minutes later. Both white men, one young, one older. They walked through the house, asked questions. Anything stolen number. Just vandalized, not vandalized. Searched. The older officer looked at the message on the wall. You know who did this? My husband owes money to some dangerous people. I think they did it. Where's your husband? I don't know. We separated. Recently this morning. The officers exchanged a look. Ma'am, are you sure he didn't do this himself? Sometimes in domestic situations this wasn't domestic. This was a threat. But you separated this morning and by this afternoon someone broke in. That's quite a coincidence. I got a text message yesterday threatening my children. Now this. It's not a coincidence. Do you have the text? She showed them her phone. They read it. The younger officer took photos of the wall. We'll file a report. But honestly, without more evidence, what more evidence do you need? They threatened my kids. They broke into my house. They wrote on my wall. But we don't know who they are. Could be your husband. Could be someone he owes money to. Could be anyone. So you're not going to do anything? We'll file the report. If anything else happens, call us immediately. They left. Nadine stood in her destroyed bedroom looking at the words on the wall. Tuesday night. That was 3 days from now. 3 days to find $50,000 she didn't have. She grabbed clothes for Marcus and Zara. Grabbed important documents from the file cabinet. Birth certificates. Social security cards. Her marriage license. Her Jamaican passport. As she packed, she found something in Derek's desk drawer. A second phone. She turned it on. Dozens of text messages. To someone named Crystal. Can't wait to see you tonight. Last night was amazing. I'm leaving her soon. Just need to figure out the money. The messages went back 2 years. 2 years. Derek had been cheating for 2 years. Nadine scrolled through the texts. Photos. Explicit messages. Plans to meet. Hotels. Dinners. Lies piled on top of lies. She found Crystal's number and called it. A woman answered. Hello, is this Crystal? Who's asking? I'm Derek Williams's wife. Silence. Then oh. How long? What? Don't play games with me. How long have you been sleeping with my husband? I didn't know he was married. Not at first. But you found out. Yeah. About 6 months ago. And you kept seeing him. He said you two were separated. That the marriage was over but you were staying together for the visa. Nadine laughed. Bitter, broken. He told you that? Yes. We weren't separated. We were living together. Raising 2 children together. I was working 3 jobs to support this family while he was with you. I'm sorry. I really didn't. Did he give you money? What money? Did he give you money? Pay for things sometimes. Dinners. My rent once when I was short. With my money. Money I earned scrubbing toilets and watching empty buildings at 3 in the morning. I didn't know. Now you do. Nadine hung up. She drove back to Rosa's with bags of clothes and boxes of documents. Marcus helped her carry everything inside. Was Dad there? He asked. No. Good. That night Ao brought dinner. Jamaican food from a restaurant on the south side. Brown stew, chicken, rice and peas, plantains. The smell made Nadine cry. Her mother used to make this every Sunday. Eat, Ao said. You need your strength. Nadine ate. The food tasted like home. Like a life she'd left behind for promises that turned out to be lies. After dinner the 3 women sat up late organizing documents for the lawyer meeting. Bank statements. Loan papers. Emails. Text messages. Photos of the wall. This is enough, Ao said. Carmen will know what to do with this. What if she can't help? What if I'm stuck? Then we figure out plan B. What's plan B? I don't know yet. But we'll figure it out. At midnight Nadine finally lay down on Rosa's couch. The apartment was quiet. Marcus and Zara asleep in the kids' room. Rosa and Ao both gone to their own homes. Her phone buzzed. Text from yet another unknown number. Monday. Noon. Meet me at the diner on Clark Street. We need to talk. Come alone. Derek. She stared at the message. Every part of her wanted to ignore it. Block the number. Pretend he didn't exist. But she knew she had to go. Because whatever Derek wanted to say, she needed to hear it. Needed to know what he was planning. Needed to stay one step ahead. She typed back. Fine. Noon. Then she closed her eyes and tried to sleep, knowing tomorrow would be even harder than today. Sunday morning came too fast. Nadine woke at 6 to Marcus shaking her shoulder. Mom. Mom, wake up. She opened her eyes. Her son's face was pale. What's wrong? Someone's outside. In a car. They've been sitting there for an hour. Nadine sat up fast. Looked out the window. Black SUV parked across the street. Tinted windows. Engine running. Did you see who's inside? Number. But they're watching the building. Rosa came out of her bedroom. What's going on? Someone's outside. Rosa looked out. Her face tightened. That's not good. Should I call the police and tell them what? Someone's sitting in a car. They won't do anything. Nadine pulled out her phone. Took a photo of the SUV, got the license plate. Then she texted the picture to Carmen, the lawyer. Being watched. Meeting you tomorrow 8 a.m. Please confirm. Response came immediately. Confirmed. Stay inside today. Don't go anywhere alone. But Nadine had to go to work. Night shift started at 11 p.m. If she missed another shift, she'd lose the only job she had left. At 7 a.m. the SUV pulled away. Just like that. Gone. Marcus exhaled. Maybe they were just lost. They weren't lost, baby. Zara came out rubbing her eyes. Why is everyone awake? Just checking on something. Go back to sleep. I can't sleep. I had a bad dream about Daddy. Nadine pulled her daughter close. What kind of dream? He was drowning and we couldn't save him. It was just a dream. But what if it wasn't? What if Daddy's in trouble? Marcus made a sound. Daddy is trouble. Marcus, don't. Why are you defending him after everything? I'm not defending him. I'm trying to keep this family from falling apart. It's already apart, Mom. We just haven't admitted it yet. The words hit like a slap. Because he was right. They were already broken. Had been for years. She'd just been too tired to see it. At 8 a.m. Nadine's phone rang. Tom from the restaurant. Can you come in today? Sunday brunch shift. Keisha called in sick. What time now? We're already behind. She looked at Rosa. Can you watch the kids for a few hours? Of course. Nadine threw on her uniform and drove to the restaurant. The morning crowd was brutal. Families after church. Tourists. Everyone wanting eggs and pancakes and coffee refills every 5 minutes. She worked fast, trying not to think. Trying not to calculate how many hours she needed to work to make $50,000. The math didn't work. Even if she worked every hour of every day for a year, she wouldn't make that much. At 10 a.m. a man came in. Sat in her section. Ordered coffee, nothing else. He watched her the entire shift. Every time she looked over, he was staring. She went to Tom. That man in booth 7. He's been here 2 hours. Only ordered coffee. Tom looked over. So maybe he likes coffee. He's watching me. Nadine, you're being paranoid. I'm being careful. There's a difference. But Tom walked away and Nadine had to keep serving tables with that man's eyes on her the whole time. When her shift ended at 2 p.m. she walked out the back exit. The man was waiting by her car. Mrs. Williams, she stopped. Who are you? Friend of your husband's? I don't know any of Derek's friends. That's the problem, isn't it? You don't know anything about Derek. What do you want? $50,000. By Tuesday night. I don't have it. Then get it. How? I work 3 jobs. I have 2 kids. I can barely pay for groceries. That's not our problem. Your husband made a deal. You're his wife. You're responsible. I'm filing for divorce. The man laughed. Divorce doesn't erase debt, sweetheart. Don't call me that. What sweetheart? Or are you upset because your husband has about 5 other women he calls that too? Nadine's hands balled into fists. Get away from my car. Tuesday night. 50,000. Or we start with the kids. He walked away before she could respond. She sat in her car shaking. Pulled out her phone. Called the police non-emergency line. I'm being threatened. A man. Just ma'am, did he physically harm you? No. But did he brandish a weapon? No. But he threatened my children. Did he specifically say he would harm them? He said they'd start with the kids if I don't pay. That's not a direct threat. We can't do anything unless there's a direct threat or action. So I'm supposed to wait until someone hurts my children. If you feel you're in immediate danger, call 911. The operator hung up. Nadine drove back to Rosa's. The black SUV was back. Different spot this time. Same tinted windows. She didn't park. Kept driving. Called Rosa. Don't let the kids outside. Someone's watching your building again. What? Still different car. Same people probably. Nadine, this is serious. You need protection. From who? The police won't help. Derek won't help. I'm on my own. She drove around for an hour making sure no one followed her. Then she went back. The SUV was gone. Inside, Ao was there with Rosa. They'd made lunch. Rice and beans and chicken. The kids ate quietly. We need to talk, Ao said when the kids went back to watching TV. The three women sat in Rosa's bedroom. I called Carmen, Ao said. Told her about the threats. She says you need to document everything. Every interaction. Every threat. Every time you see those cars. I have been. And she says tomorrow at your meeting she's going to recommend you file for emergency VAWA approval. It's faster than regular filing. How fast could be approved in weeks instead of months? Weeks. I need it approved now. ICE wants to interview me Tuesday. I know. But it's the best option you have. Nadine put her head in her hands. This is impossible. All of it. The money, the visa, the divorce, the threats. How am I supposed to do this one step at a time? Rosa said. Everyone keeps saying that. But the steps keep multiplying. Every time I take one step forward, 5 more appear. Her phone rang. Unknown number. She answered. Mrs. Williams, this is Riverside Elementary. We need to talk about Zara. What about her? She's missed 3 days of school. We're required to report truancy after 5 consecutive absences. She's not truant. She's with me. Family emergency. We still need documentation. A doctor's note, or I don't have a doctor's note. I have a husband who gambled away everything and debt collectors threatening my children. Is that documentation enough? Silence on the other end. Then we'll need you to come in Monday and fill out paperwork. I have 4 appointments Monday. I can't come in. Then Tuesday. I have an ICE interview Tuesday that could get me deported. You want to do it after that? More silence. Let me talk to the principal. I'll call you back. The call ended. Marcus appeared in the doorway. What's wrong now? Nothing. Go watch TV. Stop lying to me. I'm 15. I can handle the truth. Nadine looked at her son. When had he gotten so tall, so grown? Your school is asking about Zara's absences. So tell them what's happening. I can't. If I tell them Derek's threatening us, they might call child services. If they call child services, they might take you away from me. Marcus went pale. They can do that if they think you're in danger, yes. But we're only in danger because of Dad. Doesn't matter. They don't see it that way. They see an immigrant mother in crisis and kids who aren't safe. This is so messed up. I know, baby. I know. At 5 p.m. Nadine's phone buzzed. Text from Derek. Still meeting tomorrow, she typed back. Yes. Come alone. I wasn't planning to bring anyone. Good. We need to fix this. I have a plan. Your plans are the problem. Just listen to what I have to say. Please. She didn't respond. Another text. I know I messed up. But I can make it right. I just need you to trust me one more time. She almost threw the phone across the room. Trust him after everything, but she typed back. Noon. Don't be late. At 6 p.m. someone knocked on Rosa's door. Hard, aggressive knocking. Everyone froze. Don't answer it, Ao whispered. It's my apartment. I have to. Rosa looked through the peephole. Her face went white. It's the police. Nadine's stomach dropped. Why are they here? I don't know. Rosa opened the door. 2 officers. Different ones from yesterday. We're looking for Nadine Williams. Nadine stepped forward. That's me. We need you to come to the station. Why? What did I do? We have some questions about your husband's activities. I already talked to Detective Morrison. I'm supposed to come in Monday. Detective Morrison wants to talk to you now. You can come voluntarily or we can take you in. Am I under arrest? Not yet. Ao stood up. She has a lawyer. She's not answering questions without her lawyer present. Who are you? Her friend. And I'm telling you she's not going anywhere without legal representation. The officers looked at each other. The older one spoke. Fine. Have your lawyer call Detective Morrison. But we need to talk to you before your ICE interview Tuesday. This is connected. Connected how? That's what we need to discuss. Tomorrow. With your lawyer. 10 a.m. at the station. They left. Nadine sat down hard. What is happening? Ao pulled out her phone, called Carmen. We have a problem. She explained the situation. Carmen's voice came through speaker. Okay. Change of plans. I'll meet you at the police station tomorrow at 9:45. We'll talk to Detective Morrison together. Then we'll do your lawyer meeting after. But I'm supposed to meet Derek at noon. Cancel it. This is more important. I need to hear what he has to say. Nadine, the police want to talk to you about Derek's activities. Whatever he wants to tell you tomorrow, it's probably a trap. Or it's information I need. Then let him tell the police. Don't meet him alone. I have to. Carmen sighed. Fine. But if you're going to do this, record everything. Every word. You understand? Get a recording app on your phone right now. After the call, Nadine downloaded 3 different recording apps. Tested them all. Made sure they worked. Marcus came in. Mom, are you going to jail? No, baby. How do you know? Because I didn't do anything wrong. But they think you did. They're investigating your father. Not me. But your name is on everything. You said so yourself. He was right. Her name was everywhere. On the loans. The credit cards. The bank accounts. Even if Derek forged her signature, how could she prove it? Would anyone believe her? At 8 p.m. Nadine tried to eat dinner. Rosa had made soup. She got 3 spoonfuls down before her stomach rebelled. You have to eat, Rosa said. I can't. When's the last time you had a real meal? Nadine couldn't remember. Days ago. Before all of this started. Zara climbed into her lap. Mommy, are you sick? Just tired, baby. You're always tired. I know. Why can't Daddy help? He never looks tired. Marcus snorted. That's because he doesn't do anything. He does stuff. He's an engineer. He's not an engineer. He's a liar. Stop it, Nadine said. Both of you. But Zara started crying. I want Daddy. I want to go home. I want everything to be normal. Nadine held her daughter and let her cry. Because what else could she do? She couldn't make it normal. Normal was gone. Normal had been an illusion for 12 years. At 9 p.m. her phone rang. Private number. Hello, Mrs. Williams, this is Immigration and Customs Enforcement. We're calling to confirm your interview Tuesday at 10 a.m. Yes, I'll be there. You're aware you need to bring specific documents? Yes. Marriage certificate, tax returns, joint documents. We'll also need proof of cohabitation. Utility bills in both names. Lease or mortgage in both names. Photos of you and your spouse together over the years. Okay. And Mrs. Williams, if we determine your marriage was entered into fraudulently for immigration purposes, you will be placed in removal proceedings immediately. You understand that? Yes. See you Tuesday. The line went dead. Rosa touched her arm. What did they say? If they think my marriage is fake, they'll deport me immediately. But your marriage is real. Is it? Derek married me to have someone pay bills while he gambled. I married him to come to America. Which one of us was more honest? You loved him. I loved what he promised. Not who he was. At 10 p.m. Nadine got ready for her night shift. Security guard at the downtown office building. The only job she hadn't screwed up yet. I'll be back at 6 a.m. she told Rosa. Be careful. I'm always careful. But careful didn't matter anymore. The universe had decided to destroy her life, and being careful wasn't going to stop it. She drove downtown. The building was quiet. She checked in with the day shift guard, an older black man named Jerome. You look terrible, he said. Thanks. I'm serious. You okay? Number. But I'm here. That's all that matters, I guess. She took her post in the lobby. Watched the security cameras. Empty hallways. Empty offices. All these wealthy people had homes to go to. Families to have dinner with. Lives that made sense. At midnight her phone buzzed. Text from a number she didn't recognize. Check your credit report. Now. She opened her credit monitoring app. Hit refresh. New inquiry. Someone had tried to open a credit card in her name. Today. At 4 p.m. While she was at the restaurant, someone had tried to steal her identity. She called the credit card company. Spent 40 minutes on hold. Finally got through to fraud department. Yes, we show an application submitted today. We denied it because of the number of recent inquiries on your account. Who submitted it? I can't give you that information. It's my name. Someone's using my identity. You'll need to file a police report and send us a copy. I've already filed a police report. For multiple things. How many reports do I need? One for each incident. She hung up. Filed another police report online. The form asked for case number of related reports. She had 3 now. All connected. All about Derek. At 2 a.m. she heard something. Footsteps in the stairwell. But no one was supposed to be in the building. She checked the cameras. Empty. The footsteps got closer. She grabbed her flashlight. Moved toward the sound. Security. Identify yourself. Nothing. She turned the corner. No one there. But on the floor an envelope. Her name written on it. She picked it up. Inside a note. Your husband stole from us. But he also stole from someone much worse. The 50,000 is just the beginning. Tell Derek we want it all. 200,000. By Wednesday. Or everyone he loves dies. $200,000. Not 50. 200. The note wasn't signed. Nadine's hands shook. She took a photo of the note. Sealed it in a plastic evidence bag from the security office. Called the police. 911. What's your emergency? Someone left a threatening note at my workplace. Are you in immediate danger? I don't think so. But the note threatens my family. We'll send an officer to take a report. When? Within the next 2 hours. 2 hours. Anything could happen in 2 hours. She called Carmen. Left a voicemail. Called Rosa. Woke her up. Someone left a note at my work. They're saying Derek owes 200,000 now. Not 50. Oh my God. I don't know what to do. Come home. Right now. I can't. If I leave my shift I lose this job too. So your job isn't worth your life. My job is the only thing keeping my kids fed. Nadine, I have to go. The police are coming. She hung up. An officer arrived at 3:30 a.m. Young white woman. Looked fresh out of the academy. You called about a threatening note Nadine showed her. The officer read it, took photos, wrote a report. Has your husband contacted you about this debt? Not about this amount. He told me it was 70,000. And now it's 200 according to this note. Do you know who these people are? Number. I just know they're dangerous. We'll investigate. In the meantime, vary your routine. Don't go places alone. Consider staying with friends. I'm already staying with a friend. Good. Keep doing that. The officer left. And Nadine sat alone in the empty building lobby watching cameras, trying not to think about the fact that she owed people $200,000 for her husband's mistakes. At 6 a.m. her shift ended. She drove back to Rosa's as the sun came up. Monday morning. The day everything would either get better or completely fall apart. The black SUV was back. Parked across the street. Watching. She took another photo. Sent it to Carmen with the note photo attached. Monday 6 a.m. Being watched again. Just got note. Debt is now $200 K. Meeting Derek at noon. Police interview at 10 a.m. Help. She went inside. Marcus was already awake. Mom, where were you? Work. All night? Yes. When do you sleep? I'll sleep when this is over. When will it be over? She looked at her son. 15 years old. Growing up too fast in a world that kept punishing them for Derek's sins. Soon, baby. One way or another it'll be over soon. But she wasn't sure if that was a promise or a threat. At 8 a.m. Nadine stood in the police station parking lot. Carmen pulled up in a silver Honda, got out carrying a briefcase. You look exhausted, Carmen said. I worked all night. When do you sleep? I don't. They walked inside together. Detective Morrison met them in the lobby. White man, mid-40s, tired eyes. Mrs. Williams. Ms. Flores. Thanks for coming in. He led them to an interview room. Metal table. 3 chairs. Recording equipment in the corner. Am I being recorded? Nadine asked. Not yet. This is preliminary. Carmen set her briefcase down. My client is here voluntarily. She's cooperating fully. But she's also a victim in this situation. That's what we're trying to determine. Morrison pulled out a file folder. Mrs. Williams, how much do you know about your husband's business activities? He doesn't have business activities. He's unemployed. That's not what our investigation shows. Nadine's stomach tightened. What investigation? Morrison opened the folder. Laid out photos. Derek at various casinos. Derek with men Nadine didn't recognize. Derek counting cash in a parking lot. Your husband has been moving significant amounts of money through multiple accounts. Some in his name. Most in yours. In my name that's impossible. We have bank records. 6 different accounts. All opened in the last 3 years. All using your social security number and identification. Carmen leaned forward. My client didn't open those accounts. Her husband has been committing identity theft. Can you prove that? Morrison asked. Yes. She has documentation showing. I need to hear it from her. Morrison looked at Nadine. Did you open these accounts number? Did you authorize your husband to open them number? Did you ever sign documents giving him power of attorney number? Morrison slid another paper across the table. This is a notarized power of attorney document dated 2 years ago. Your signature. Your initials on every page. Nadine picked it up. The signature looked like hers. But she'd never seen this document before. I didn't sign this. It's notarized. That means you appeared before a notary public and confirmed your identity. I never did that. Then someone forged your signature and a notary stamp. That's a federal crime. So arrest my husband. We're trying to. But he's disappeared. Last known location was the motel where you confronted him Saturday morning. He checked out Sunday. No one's seen him since. Nadine's chest went cold. What do you mean no one's seen him? Your husband is missing. And the people he owes money to think you know where he is. I don't. Then you're in danger. Because they're not going to believe that. Carmen interrupted. Detective, are you saying my client needs protection? I'm saying she needs to be very careful. The people your husband was involved with, they don't play around. What people? Who are they? Morrison closed the folder. I can't share that information. Ongoing investigation. But you can tell us she's in danger and then refuse to help. I'm helping by warning her. That's more than I'm required to do. Nadine stood up. This is useless. You want me to tell you where Derek is? I don't know. You want me to explain the accounts? I can't because I didn't open them. You want me to pay his debts? I don't have $200,000. So unless you're going to arrest me or protect me, we're done here. Morrison stood too. One more thing. ICE contacted us. They're investigating whether your marriage is fraudulent. If we determine your husband married you specifically to commit financial crimes under your identity, that's marriage fraud. You'll both be charged. I didn't know about any crimes. Prove it. They left the station. Carmen walked Nadine to her car. That went exactly as badly as I expected, Carmen said. What do I do tomorrow at your ICE interview? You tell the truth. Show them everything. The forged signatures. The debts. The threats. You make it clear you're a victim. What if they don't believe me? Then we appeal. But Nadine, you need to understand something. If Derek set you up to take the fall for his crimes, this could get much worse before it gets better. How much worse? Criminal charges. Deportation. Losing your children. Nadine leaned against her car. The parking lot spun. I can't lose my kids. Then fight. Fight harder than you've ever fought in your life. Carmen drove away. Nadine checked her phone. 11:15. 45 minutes until she met Derek. She drove to the diner on Clark Street. Got there early. Sat in her car and activated the recording app on her phone. Tested it. Made sure it was working. At 11:55 Derek's car pulled up. He got out. He looked terrible. Unshaven. Clothes wrinkled. He'd lost weight. He saw her and walked over. She got out of her car. Hey, he said. Don't hey me. Talk. Can we go inside? Number. Say what you need to say right here. Nadine, please. I know you're angry. Angry doesn't begin to cover it. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Sorry for what specifically? Sorry for gambling. Sorry for forging my signature. Sorry for putting our children in danger. Sorry for cheating on me for 2 years. Which sorry are we talking about? His face changed. You know about Crystal. I know about everything. The loans. The accounts. The police investigation. The fact that you've been using my identity to commit crimes. I wasn't committing crimes. I was trying to fix things. By stealing from me, I was going to pay it back. With what money? You don't have a job. You've never had a job. Not since I've known you. That's not true. Then where's the paychecks? Where's the tax returns? Where's any proof you've worked a single day in the last 5 years? He looked at the ground. I've been working. Just not in a regular job. What does that mean? It means I've been doing things to make money. Things I'm not proud of. What things? Moving money for people. Helping them with accounts. Money laundering. You've been laundering money. I didn't have a choice. I owed too much. They said if I helped them they'd forgive the debt. But they didn't forgive it. They increased it. Because I screwed up. I was supposed to move $200,000 through your accounts. Clean money. But I got greedy. I thought if I took some for myself I could win big at the casino and pay everything back. Nadine stared at him. You stole from criminals. I was trying to help us. You were helping yourself. You've always been helping yourself. That's not fair. Fair? You want to talk about fair? I worked 3 jobs while you destroyed our lives. I sacrificed everything. And you used me. You married me to have someone to steal from. I married you because I loved you. No. You married me because you needed a clean identity to hide behind. Someone with no credit history in America. Someone desperate enough to believe your lies. That's not stop lying. For once in your miserable life, stop lying. Derek's eyes filled with tears. You're right. You're right about all of it. I used you. I lied to you. I destroyed everything. But I love you. I love our kids. And I'm trying to fix it. How are you going to fix $200,000 in debt to criminals who know where our children go to school? I have a plan. Your plans are the problem. This one's different. I can get the money. How? There's a guy. He owes me from a poker game. $30,000. If I collect from him, that's a start. A start. Derek, you need $200,000. I know. But I'm working on it. I just need time. You don't have time. Wednesday. That's 2 days. I can do it. No, you can't. Because you're not a fixer. You're a destroyer. Everything you touch dies. He grabbed her arm. Please. Just give me a chance. She pulled away. Don't touch me. Nadine, I filed for divorce. I filed for a restraining order. And I reported you to the police for fraud. What? I'm done protecting you. I'm done lying for you. I'm done pretending we're a family. But we are a family. No. We're strangers who share DNA with 2 children. That's all. The kids need their father. The kids need a father who doesn't gamble away their future. You're not that person. I can change. You've been saying that for 12 years. I don't believe you anymore. Derek's face hardened. If you divorce me, you'll be deported. I'm filing for VAWA. Abuse victims can stay. Abuse? I never hit you. Financial abuse. Emotional abuse. Using my immigration status to control me. All of that counts. Who told you that? My lawyer. The one I'm meeting with tomorrow after ICE interviews me. ICE when? Tomorrow morning. Because someone reported our marriage as fraudulent. Was that you? He didn't answer. It was you. You reported me to get me to stay. I had to. You weren't listening. You tried to get me deported because I wouldn't enable your addiction anymore. I was trying to make you understand how serious this is. I understand perfectly. You're a monster. She turned to walk away. He grabbed her again, harder this time. Let go. Not until you listen. I said let go. If you don't help me, they're going to kill me. Is that what you want? You want our kids to grow up knowing their mother let their father die? She looked at him. Really looked at him. This man she'd once loved. This stranger who'd stolen 12 years of her life. You did this to yourself. Live with it. Or don't. That's your choice now. She got in her car and drove away. He stood in the parking lot calling her name. She didn't look back. Her phone rang immediately. Unknown number. Hello, that was touching. You and your husband saying goodbye. Who is this? The people Derek owes money to. We were listening. How? Doesn't matter. What matters is we know you're not going to help him. He made this mess. Not me. But you're his wife. Which means his debt is your debt. Not according to my lawyer. Your lawyer isn't the one who decides if your children make it home from school tomorrow. Nadine pulled over. Don't you dare. 200,000. Wednesday midnight. Or we take what we're owed. I don't have it. Then find it. Sell something. Borrow it. We don't care how you get it. Just get it. And if I don't, we'll take your house. Your car. Your children's college fund if you have one. Everything Derek told us you have. I don't have anything. The house is in foreclosure. The car's 12 years old. There is no college fund. Then you're going to have a very bad week. The line went dead. Nadine sat there, hands shaking. Then she called Carmen. They just called me. They were listening to my conversation with Derek. How? I don't know. But they know everything. They know about the divorce. About ICE. About the lawyer. Everything. Where are you parked? On Clark Street. Get to a public place. Somewhere with cameras. A police station. Somewhere safe. I have to pick up my kids from Rose's. Take them to get school clothes. Are you insane? You're being followed. You're being threatened. Don't go near your children right now. They're my children. I have to. Nadine, listen to me. If these people know where your kids go to school, they know where Rosa lives. You go there, you lead them right to your children. The words hit like ice water. What do I do? Stay away. Call Rosa. Tell her to keep the kids inside. Don't go anywhere. Don't do anything that could put them at risk. For how long until we figure this out? We don't have time to figure it out. Wednesday is 2 days away. Then we have 2 days to find a solution. What solution? I don't have $200,000. I don't have $2,000. I have -800 in my checking account. What about family friends? My mother's dead. My family's in Jamaica. My friends are as broke as I am. Then we need to go to the police. The police said they can't help unless there's a direct threat or action. This is a direct threat. They won't see it that way. Then what do you want to do, because doing nothing isn't an option? Nadine closed her eyes. Thought about Marcus and Zara. Thought about 12 years of sacrifice. Thought about her mother's grave in Jamaica that she'd never visited. I want to disappear. What, take my kids and disappear? Change our names. Move somewhere they can't find us. That's not possible. You have an ICE interview tomorrow. If you don't show up, they'll issue a warrant. Then I'm trapped. Every direction I turn, I'm trapped. You're not trapped. You're cornered. There's a difference. Cornered people fight back. I've been fighting back. It's not working. Then fight smarter. Nadine opened her eyes. What does that mean? It means you stop reacting and start acting. You've been playing defense. It's time to play offense. How Derek stole your identity. He opened accounts in your name. That means you have access to those accounts. Find out where the money went. Track it. Use it against him. That's illegal. So is what he did to you. The difference is you're the victim and he's the criminal. Use that. I don't know how. Figure it out. You have until Wednesday. That's 48 hours. Use them. The call ended. Nadine sat in her car. 48 hours. 2 days to save her life. Her children's lives. Everything she'd worked for. She pulled out her laptop. Logged into the bank accounts she knew about. Checked transaction histories. Money coming in. Money going out. Thousands of dollars moving every few days. She found one account with $43,000 in it. Money Derek hadn't spent yet. She could transfer it out. Take the money. Use it to pay the debt. But that would make her complicit. That would make her a criminal too. Or would it? It was her name on the account. Her social security number. Technically, it was her money. She hovered over the transfer button. Her finger shook. Then her phone rang. Marcus. Mom, where are you? I'm running errands. Why, there's a man outside Miss Rose's building. He's just standing there, looking up at the windows. What does he look like? White guy. Bald. Big. He's been there for 20 minutes. Is Miss Rosa home? Yeah. She said to call you. Put her on the phone. Rosa's voice came through. Nadine, we have a problem. I know. Lock the doors. Don't let anyone in. Already done. But this guy, he's not leaving. And Nadine, he's holding your address. The one from the house. I can see it from here. Call 911. I did. They said unless he does something they can't remove him. Standing on a public sidewalk isn't illegal. Then I'm coming. No. Don't. That's probably what he wants. I'm not leaving my kids there. They're safer here with me than with you right now. You know that. Rosa was right. But every instinct screamed to go to her children. Keep them inside. I'll figure something out. She hung up. Looked at the laptop screen. The $43,000. Staring at her. Daring her. She clicked transfer. Entered a new account number. One she'd opened yesterday. One Derek didn't know about. The money moved. $43,000. From his control to hers. Her phone buzzed. Text from unknown number. We saw that. Nice try. But we're still owed $157. 0. Wednesday midnight. Don't forget. They were watching her accounts. In real time. They could see every move she made. She was never going to escape this. Her phone rang again. Derek. What did you do? I took my money. That's not your money. That's what I was going to use to pay them. $43,000 doesn't even make a dent in $200,000. It's a start. Now I have nothing. Good. Maybe you'll finally understand what you've done to me. They're going to kill me, Nadine. Is that what you want? I want you to face consequences for once in your life. I'm facing them. I'm terrified. I'm alone. I have nowhere to go. That's what I've felt for 12 years. Welcome to my world. She hung up. Then she did something she should have done days ago. She called Jamaica. Her aunt. Her mother's sister. Nadine girl, is that you? Yes, auntie. What's wrong? You sound terrible. Everything's wrong. She told her everything. The gambling. The debt. The threats. The ICE interview. All of it. Her aunt listened. Then she said something Nadine hadn't expected. Come home. What, come home to Jamaica? Bring the children. Leave that man. Leave America. Come home where you belong. I can't. I have an ICE interview tomorrow. Then don't go. Get on a plane tonight. Come home. If I do that, I can never come back to America. So America has been nothing but pain for you. Why do you want to stay? Nadine didn't have an answer. Think about it, her aunt said. You have family here. We'll help you. The children can go to school. You can teach again. You can be yourself again. I don't know if I remember who that is. Then come home and find out. The call ended. Nadine sat in her car crying. Actually crying for the first time since this nightmare began. Go home. Leave everything. Start over. It was tempting. So tempting. But Marcus and Zara were American. They'd never even been to Jamaica. Would they hate her for taking them away from the only home they'd ever known? Her phone buzzed. Text from Carmen. Court hearing for restraining order moved up to tomorrow 3 p.m. Right after your ICE interview. Be there. Tomorrow. Everything was happening tomorrow. ICE at 10 a.m. Court at 3 p.m. And somewhere in between she had to figure out how to save her life. She drove to a coffee shop. Used their Wi-Fi. Started researching. How much could she get for her car? Maybe $3,000. The furniture in the house another $2,000 if she was lucky. Her wedding ring $500 if that. Even if she sold everything she owned, she'd have maybe $6,000. That left $194,000 to find. She opened her email. Found the list of debt collectors who'd been calling. One of them had offered a settlement. 80 cents on the dollar. She did the math. Still over $100,000. Impossible. All of it. Impossible. Her phone rang. Private number. Mrs. Williams. Yes. This is Riverside Elementary. About Zara. What about her? We've decided to refer this to DCFS. Department of Children and Family Services. Why multiple absences? No documentation. And we received concerning information. What information? I can't disclose that. But someone will be contacting you for a home visit. When? Within the next few days. I don't have a home right now. We're staying with a friend. Then they'll visit you there. Mrs. Williams. The first need to ask. Are your children safe? Of course they're safe. Are they in danger from anyone? Their father perhaps. How did you know? Like I said, we received information. If you need help, there are resources. I need my daughter to not be taken away from me. Then cooperate with DCFS. Show them you're capable of caring for your children. The call ended. Now Child Services was involved. Another agency. Another investigation. Another threat to her family. She put her head on the table. Wanted to sleep. Wanted to disappear. Wanted to wake up and have this all be a nightmare. But it wasn't a nightmare. It was her life. And she had 48 hours to save it. She spent Monday night at a hotel near the airport. $29 for a room that smelled like mold. But it had a lock. And no one knew she was there. She spread all her documents across the bed. Marriage certificate. Tax returns. Photos of her and Derek through the years. Every piece of proof that her marriage was real. Except it wasn't real. Not in any way that mattered. Real marriages didn't involve forged signatures. Real husbands didn't destroy their wives to feed an addiction. At midnight her phone buzzed. Text from Derek. They found me. I'm hiding. Please help. She stared at the message. Typed back. Where are you? Warehouse on the south side. I don't know the address. They're outside. I can hear them. Call the police. I can't. If police come, they'll arrest me too. For the money laundering. Then turn yourself in. Face what you did. I'm begging you. Please. I'm your husband. No. You were my husband. Now you're just a criminal I used to know. She blocked the number. Then she turned off her phone completely. At 6 a.m. Tuesday she turned it back on. 47 missed calls. All from different numbers. All Derek. One voicemail. She listened. Derek's voice panicked. They broke in. I barely got out. Nadine, I'm not joking anymore. They're going to kill me. If you ever loved me, if you ever cared about our children having a father, please help me. She deleted it. At 8 a.m. she met Carmen in the ICE office parking lot. You ready? Carmen asked. No. Good answer. Honesty is important today. They walked in together. The waiting room was full. Immigrants and their lawyers. Families. Children who didn't understand why they were there. All waiting to prove they deserved to stay in America. Nadine Williams, a voice called. She stood. Carmen stood with her. The ICE officer was a Latina woman, mid-30s. Professional but not cold. She led them to a small office. Mrs. Williams, I'm Officer Delgado. I'm going to ask you some questions about your marriage. Answer honestly. Lying to a federal officer is a crime. I understand. How did you meet your husband? Online. 12 years ago. He was visiting Jamaica for work. What kind of work? He said engineering. I found out later that was a lie. Officer Delgado made notes. When did you discover he'd been lying about the job? After I moved here. About everything else last Saturday. Tell me about Saturday. Nadine told her. Everything. The text message threatening her children. The casino. The debt. The forged signatures. The affairs. The police investigation. All of it. Officer Delgado listened without interrupting. When Nadine finished, the officer leaned back. Mrs. Williams, someone reported your marriage as fraudulent. Said you married Derek Williams specifically for immigration benefits while he used you for financial crimes. Do you understand how serious that allegation is? Yes. Did you marry him for immigration benefits? I married him because I loved who I thought he was. And yes, I wanted to come to America. But I wanted to come with my husband. To build a life together. Not to be his victim. Can you prove you didn't know about the financial crimes? Carmen slid documents across the table. These are bank statements showing my client worked 3 jobs to support the family. These are emails showing she discovered the debts only days ago. These are police reports she filed. These are photos of threatening messages. My client is a victim, not a perpetrator. Officer Delgado looked through everything. Took her time. Mrs. Williams, I'm going to ask you something and I need complete honesty. If you could go back 12 years, would you still marry him? The question hit hard. Would she know? Nadine said quietly. If I knew then what I know now, I would have stayed in Jamaica. I would have kept teaching. I would have stayed with my mother until she died instead of missing her funeral because I couldn't afford a plane ticket. I would have chosen differently. But you didn't know. No, I didn't know. Officer Delgado closed the file. I'm recommending your case for VAWA approval. Based on the evidence of financial and emotional abuse, I believe your marriage was legitimate but became abusive. You're not at fault for your husband's crimes. Nadine's eyes filled with tears. Thank you. Don't thank me yet. The approval process takes time. And if your husband is arrested and claims you were involved, this could get complicated fast. But for now, you're not in removal proceedings. They left the building. Nadine stood in the parking lot shaking. You did it, Carmen said. I still have court at 3. And Wednesday at midnight people are coming for money I don't have. One problem at a time. At noon Nadine's phone rang. Detective Morrison. Mrs. Williams, we found your husband. Her stomach dropped. Is he alive? Yes. He's in custody. We arrested him this morning at a bus station. He was trying to leave the state. What are the charges? Fraud. Identity theft. Money laundering. And we're working with the FBI on the gambling ring connection. He's looking at significant prison time. Good. There's more. He's claiming you were involved. That you knew about everything and helped him. That's a lie. I know. We have evidence proving otherwise. But you should know he's trying to drag you down with him. Of course he is. That's what he does. Morrison paused. Mrs. Williams, for what it's worth, I've been doing this 20 years. I can tell the difference between criminals and victims. You're a victim. Don't let anyone convince you otherwise. The call ended. Derek was in jail. The man who'd destroyed her life was finally facing consequences. But the people he owed money to didn't care about jail. They cared about their money. At 3 p.m. Nadine sat in a courtroom. The judge reviewed her restraining order petition. Read the evidence. Looked at the photos of the messages, the threats, the ransacked house. Mr. Williams is currently in custody, the judge asked. Yes, Your Honor, Carmen said. Then this order is granted. Mrs. Williams, your husband is not to contact you or your children. If he makes bail, he's to stay at least 500 feet away from you, your children, and your place of residence. Violation of this order will result in immediate arrest. The gavel came down. Nadine walked out of the courthouse. She'd won. The divorce would proceed. The restraining order was in place. Derek was in jail. But she still owed $200,000 to people who didn't care about court orders. Her phone rang. Unknown number. Hello, your husband's in jail. I know. That doesn't change what he owes. He owes it, not me. We don't see it that way. Wednesday midnight. Last chance. I don't have it. I've told you that. I don't have $200,000. I don't have $20,000. I'm broke. Then you better get creative. Or what, you'll kill me. Go ahead. At least I won't have to deal with this anymore. Silence on the other end. Then you're either very brave or very stupid. I'm tired. There's a difference. Wednesday midnight. We'll be in touch. Click. Nadine drove back to Rose's apartment. The black SUV was gone. The man who'd been standing outside was gone. Maybe Derek's arrest had scared them off. Maybe they were regrouping. Marcus and Zara ran to her when she walked in. Mom, is it over? Zara asked. Almost, baby. What does almost mean? It means Daddy's in jail. It means we're safe from him. But there's still some things I need to handle. What things? Adult things. Don't worry about it. But Marcus was 15. He knew worry. The money people, yes. How much do you owe them? I don't owe them anything. Your father does. But they're coming after you. Yes. That's not fair. No, baby. It's not fair. But life isn't fair. Life is just what happens while we're trying to survive. That night Nadine couldn't sleep. She lay on Rose's couch staring at the ceiling, thinking about Wednesday midnight. 24 hours away. She could run. Take the kids and disappear. Change their names. Start over somewhere else. But that meant living in fear forever. Looking over her shoulder. Never settling down. Never building a real life. She could pay. Use the $43,000 she'd transferred. Find the rest somewhere. Borrow it. Steal it. Sell everything. But that meant rewarding criminals. Enabling Derek's addiction even from jail. Teaching her children that victims should pay for their abusers' crimes. Or she could fight. At 2 a.m. she made a decision. She pulled out her laptop. Logged into every account Derek had opened in her name. Took screenshots of everything. Transaction histories. Account holders. Routing numbers. Then she sent it all to Detective Morrison with a message. Derek was laundering money through these accounts. For a gambling ring. Names and numbers attached. Use them. If the people Derek owed money to were part of a criminal organization, Morrison could investigate. Arrest them. Shut them down. It was risky. But it was the only weapon she had. Wednesday morning came. Nadine woke at dawn. Checked her phone. No messages. No calls. She made breakfast for Marcus and Zara. Eggs and toast. Normal food for a morning that felt anything but normal. Mom, are you okay? Marcus asked. Yes. You're lying. Maybe. But I need you to believe me anyway. At 9 a.m. her phone rang. Morrison. Mrs. Williams, the first got your email. This is huge. We've been trying to crack this organization for 2 years. You just gave us everything we need. When are you moving on them tonight? We're coordinating with FBI. Multiple arrests. Multiple locations. Will they know I helped eventually? But by then they'll be in custody. And if they're not all caught, then you need to be somewhere safe tonight. Nadine looked at her children. I will be. At noon Rosa came home from work. What's the plan? I'm taking the kids to a hotel. Different one. Far from here. We're staying there until this is over. And if it's not over by tomorrow, then we keep running until it is. At 4 p.m. they packed. Clothes. Documents. Everything important. Nadine loaded it all in her car. Miss Rosa, thank you, she said. For everything. You're not saying goodbye. You're coming back. I hope so. They drove to a hotel 40 minutes away. Near the Indiana border. Far enough that no one would find them easily. Nadine checked in under Rosa's name. Paid cash. Led Marcus and Zara to a room on the 3rd floor. Why are we hiding? Zara asked. Because sometimes hiding is the bravest thing you can do. At 8 p.m. Morrison texted. Operation in progress. Stay where you are. She turned on the news. Nothing yet. At 9 p.m. her phone rang. Private number. Hello Nadine Williams. Yes, this is Agent Torres with the FBI. Detective Morrison gave me your number. We've arrested 12 people tonight in connection with an illegal gambling and money laundering operation. Including the men who were threatening you. All of them, most of them. A few are still at large. But the main operators are in custody. So I'm safe for now. We'll need you to testify eventually. But yes, the immediate threat is over. Nadine sat down on the hotel bed. Thank you. Thank your husband. His stupidity led us to them. The call ended. She looked at Marcus and Zara. It's over. Really? Marcus asked. Really? Zara started crying. Then Marcus. Then Nadine. They held each other and cried tears that had been building for 12 years. 3 months later Nadine stood in front of a classroom at Riverside Elementary. 23 students. All children of immigrants. From Mexico, Nigeria, Syria, Haiti, Somalia. All struggling to find their place in America. My name is Miss Williams, she said. I came to this country 12 years ago from Jamaica. I know what it's like to feel invisible. I know what it's like to work 3 jobs and still struggle. I know what it's like to wonder if you'll ever belong here. But I see you. All of you. The children stared at her. Some smiled. Some didn't. But they listened. Her VAWA had been approved. She had independent immigration status. Derek was in prison for 15 years. The divorce was final. The debts were his legally determined by the court. She wasn't responsible. She'd lost the house. Lost almost everything. But she'd kept her children. Kept her dignity. Kept herself. She lived in a small apartment now. 2 bedrooms. It was enough. Marcus was in therapy. Learning to process his anger. Learning that his father's failures weren't his responsibility. Zara still had nightmares. But less often now. She was healing. And Nadine was teaching again. Making $13 an hour. No benefits yet. But she was herself again. After school she walked to her car. Found an envelope under the wiper. Her heart jumped. But it wasn't a threat. It was a card. From Rosa and Ao. You survived. You're stronger than you know. We're proud of you. She got in her car. Drove to the grocery store. Bought food for dinner. Real food. Not ramen. Not dollar menu. Real food. At home she cooked. Marcus and Zara helped. They talked about their days. Normal conversation. Normal life. Mom, Zara said as they ate. Are you happy? Nadine thought about it. Yes, baby. I think I am. Even though Daddy's gone, because Daddy's gone. And because we're still here. Together. Safe. Do you miss him? I miss who I thought he was. But I don't miss the reality of him. That makes sense. After dinner Nadine sat on her small balcony. The apartment overlooked a parking lot. Not beautiful. Not impressive. But it was hers. She'd signed the lease herself. First time in 12 years her name was on something she actually controlled. Her phone rang. Her aunt in Jamaica. Nadine, how are you? Good. Really good. You sound different. Lighter. I am lighter. I'm not carrying him anymore. When are you coming to visit? Soon. I'm saving up. The kids need to see where I'm from. They need to know you're not just someone who survived. You're someone who fought back. I'm trying to teach them that. You're doing more than trying. You're showing them. After the call Nadine thought about everything. The 12 years of lies. The debt. The threats. The fear. She'd spent 12 years believing she needed America to save her. Believing Derek would save her. Believing someone else held the key to her happiness. But the truth was simpler. Harder. More honest. She'd saved herself. Not by waiting for rescue. Not by hoping things would change. But by choosing finally after 12 years of silence to fight back. She'd lost almost everything in the process. Her house. Her savings. Her marriage. The illusion of the American dream. But she'd gained something more valuable. She'd gained herself back. 6 months after that night she walked across a stage at community college. Associate degree in education. With honors. Marcus and Zara sat in the audience clapping. Rosa and Ao sat with them crying proud tears. Carmen was there too, the lawyer who'd believed her when no one else did. The principal from Riverside offered her a full-time position. With benefits. With a real salary. She accepted. 1 year after Derek went to prison, Nadine took her children to Jamaica. They visited her mother's grave. She told them stories about their grandmother. About the woman who'd raised her to be strong even when she'd forgotten how. Standing at that grave with her children beside her, Nadine made a promise. "Mama, I'm sorry it took so long. Sorry I let him convince me I was nothing. Sorry I forgot who you raised me to be. But I remember now. And I promise you I'm never forgetting again." The sun set over Kingston. Zara held her hand. Marcus put his arm around her shoulders. "Mom," he said. "Thank you. For what? For not giving up. For not staying. For showing us what strong looks like." She pulled him close. "You're welcome, baby." They flew back to Chicago the next week. Back to their small apartment. Back to their new life. It wasn't the life she'd dreamed of 12 years ago when she'd stepped off that plane full of hope and naive trust. It was better. Because it was real. It was earned. It was hers. And nobody, not Derek, not the debt collectors, not ICE, not anyone, could ever take that away from her again. 2 years after the nightmare began, Nadine stood in front of her classroom on the first day of school. New students. New faces. New stories of struggle. She looked at them and said what she wished someone had told her 12 years ago. "You are not invisible. You are not worthless. You are not defined by what happened to you. You are defined by what you do next. And I'm here to help you figure out what that is." The children listened. Some understood. Some didn't yet. But they would. Because she would teach them. Not just English. Not just how to navigate American schools. She would teach them how to survive. How to fight back. How to save themselves when no one else will. Because that's what survivors do. They don't just heal themselves. They turn around and heal others. Nadine Williams had learned that lesson the hardest way possible. But she'd learned it. And now every single day she made sure no one else had to learn it alone.